What is going on, Warframer subscribers in YouTube? Welcome to my Chroma Prime review. Chroma Prime is the Warframe that was just recently released. The old one is just Chroma, and this guy is Chroma Prime. So I'm going to be going over his Rubico Prime and the Gram Prime, as well as his abilities. And the secondary weapon that I'm using with him is just the new core for right now. That's the one that I decided to use with him for now. But anyways, let's take a good look at him before talk about him. Now the overall cosmetics and his skin is just awesome, badass. And, you know, as many have said, he looks like the Daedra warrior knight from Skyrim, and of course I agree with that. Looks like the Dragonborn armor mixed with the Daedric Knight, Daedric armor, Daedric Lord armor. Those weapons matching the skin. The Rubico Prime copied the Warframe colors as well as the Gram Prime, also matching the colors. Really cool looking. So let's take a look at my current upgrades for him. I have fast deflection, 10% shield recharge, equilibrium, health pickups give 8+ energy, energy pickups give +8 health, and we have redirection for 20+ shield capacity, continuity 5+5% ability duration, flow 18% energy max, and vitality for 30% health. So I haven't completely maxed out the ranking. So I'm gonna add streamline in here as well. Now of course this is not the best build, everyone has their preference. This is not gonna be my final build for Chroma Prime. I'm gonna add in natural talent as well. That's gonna be the one for now. Improves casting speed on Warframe abilities and the streamline +3 ability efficiency. Okay, so back to Chroma Prime. Let's take a look at his abilities. So first up is Spectral Scream. Exhale a deep breath of elemental destruction. Chroma's energy color determines the element. Yeah, depending on the color that you have. Right now I'm using fire, like burning stuff, so I'm using the fire element. I'm at rank 7, but here, still rank 1 at this though. The other ones are unranked. So damage is doing from 125 to 150 damage. The range 5M to 6.5 meters. Status chance 45% to 50% chance of burning the enemy. So I'll be showing you guys the abilities in action. You can skip ahead of course. And then the next one is Elemental Ward. Depending on Chroma's elemental alignment, an offensive area of effect is created. Chroma and its nearby allies are imbued with defensive energy. So the radius right now 6 meters to 8 meters at my current rank. Duration 10.5, 10 seconds with 5 milliseconds, and then 15 seconds with 75 milliseconds. Health 50 to 75. Damage 25 to 50. Status chance 2% to 5%. So Elemental Ward, you basically activate it. And again, depending on what element you're using, since I'm using fire, anyone that gets near me is going to get burned up. So I'm going to inflict fire damage if they approach me. So the next ability is Vex Armor. When shields are hit, Chroma's armor grows stronger. When health takes a hit, weapon damage increases. So duration is 10 seconds to 5 milliseconds, and then 15 seconds to 75 milliseconds. Radius 8 meters to 10 meters. armor increase 200% to 250%, and the damage increase 200% to 225%. So yeah, pretty much when you activate it, you grow stronger and your health increases. So very useful to combine Vex armor and Elemental Ward when you're surrounded by enemies. Can definitely save you from having to get revived or killed. So highly recommend to combine those. And now Effigy. Chroma turns his pelt into a massive sentry that straightens nearby allies and engulfs enemies in elemental attacks. So this one's also really useful. He changes the way he looks, as you can see on the little picture here. So he goes from looking from that to looking into a more humanoid type of frame. I'll show you guys what I mean later on. So the damage is from 100 to 200, health 1000 to 2000, credit multiplier 1.25 times 1.5x, extra credit chance 15% to 30%, and then speed increase 20%, armor reduction 50%, and then energy 9.24. Now you gotta remember, I haven't completely maxed it out, so of course the abilities grow even more powerful. Still at rank 1 with Spectral Scream, and the other ones are pretty much unranked. So of course he turns even way more powerful when you rank up. So definitely rank that up first to get the most out of his abilities. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the Rubico Prime. Here it is, Rubico Prime. For the hunter, the apex of the sniper's art. For the hunted, a gateway to the next life. So this sniper rifle is extremely powerful. It's very overpowering actually. A couple other people have said that as well. Most enemies die in one hit. Now, I haven't even completely maxed it out yet. Most enemies get killed just in one shot, and others die around 2 hits. So my current upgrades for this: ammo drum to increase the maximum ammo, point strike plus 25 critical chance. Now some people might say, you know, you don't really need a critical for the Rubico Prime. I do agree with that, but the only reason I installed it was because, you know, just wanted to see how it was with the more critical on it. Then fast hands to reload speed. I like reloading fast, so this one is good in my opinion. Especially the reloads can feel slow on certain weapons. And then rupture plus 5 impact, just the personal choice that I wanted to use. And serration plus 15 damage. And again, you know, some people will say, well, more damage. That doesn't need any more damage. You know, I like doing overkill, so I installed that one. So right now I'm gonna install 3 more before we continue. So let's see, serration, Bane of Grenier, plus 15 toxin and 15 status chance. With cryo rounds. So I have Sato clip, which is the slash damage. Stormbringer, piercing hit, that adds the puncture. Does that in that one? I like combining puncture and rupture. So target their health and their shield, kill them a lot more quickly. So now we have, let's see, guess we got ammo drum. Let's install this one too, the Sato clip. Does 5% slash. Now one more before we wrap everything up. Let's increase the magazine to make it even more powerful. Because the Rubico Prime, it doesn't hold as much ammo. You know, it has 5 shots, but of course more ammo is always good, in my opinion. You can never have too much ammo. So I like combining magazine wrap and ammo drum for these types of weapons. Alright, so that's pretty much the basic small build for Rubico Prime at rank 13. Take a quick look at the appearance. You can see the color. I copied the Warframe colors. That's the default color. And that's the copied Warframe color. Okay, so Nuker, this is basically the pistol that I'm using. Just a personal choice that I wanted. Nuker creates and focuses a high frequency field of microwaves, literally cooking the target from within. Since I'm using the fire element, that's why I wanted to use this one. Of course, you can personal choice whatever secondary you guys use. The upgrades that I have for the Nuker right now are just quick draw and heated charge. That's the one that I'm stick with right now. Don't really want to focus on that, so just focus on the Chroma Prime, Rubico, and finally the Gram Prime, the father of all swords. Gram Prime, born anew, the father of swords returns. So I have it at rank 13. Let's take a look at it. Just an awesome, badass sword. The Meyer, I think, is my other favorite sword that I like in this weapon. The appearance, take a look at the default colors. That's the default. It's a little yellow gold outline.
There's a time-limited mission alert available. Check navigation.
Lotus, shut up. Alright, and then we have copy Warframe colors, and that's how it turns into. So let's take a look at the upgrades for it. Now this weapon does a lot of damage, but it swings very slow. My current mods that I have installed in it are pressure point, plus 20 melee damage, even though it already does a shit ton of damage, but you know, personal. Then plus 2.5 status chance. And furry, plus 5 attack speed. Highly recommend the furry. Increase your speed. And the reach, I also recommend that one, plus 15 range. Its leap attack is 216.0. And then let's add a couple of more here that I recommend. So you got impact, heat. I'm gonna add this one since I'm using the fire element. Do more heat damage. So if you're using electricity and cryo, you would go, or for electricity you would pick shocking touch, and cryo for cold, north wind. I'm not gonna combine any elements right now, I'm just gonna use that one. So the next one that I plan on using, critical damage, it already does a lot. Channeling efficiency, reflex coil. I'm gonna add that one. Then energy channel, convert 50% of energy used to bonus damage. On next melee attack, store up to 50% bonus damage. Add this one, even though, you know, again, the Gram Prime does a shit ton of damage. But more damage is better, especially in the fighting the tougher enemies, in my opinion. And then we got Killing Blow, plus 20 channeling damage. Because it's 6 though, I don't really have enough. But anyways, if capacity is higher, I recommend installing this one, Killing Blow. Since I don't have enough, I'm just gonna add in the Organ Shatter, plus 15 critical damage. But yeah, if I had more capacity, I would add the Killing Blow. That one's good to combine with the Reflex Coil. So anyways, that's a little build up for now, just a small basic build. The companion that I'm going to be using is just Shade, and I just got him, I'm going to level him up. No weapon installed, so you know, Sentinel, just use whatever one you prefer. I'm just going to go with Shade right now. So anyways, let's go look at Chroma Prime's codex over here. The Warframes, here's Chroma Prime. This is how he appears in the codex. Bind the elements and unleash untold destruction with Chroma Prime. featuring altered mod polarities for greater customization. And of course it says his abilities, his passive ability. Chosen energy color dictates the type of elemental damage dealt by abilities. So if you don't like fire, you would switch to the blue color for ice damage, and I believe green is for the toxic bio damage. So that's really cool passive ability. So his stats right now: armor 425, energy 200, health 100, his shield's at 100, and the sprint speed 1.00. So that is Chroma Prime. Let's go see him in action now. Really been having a lot of fun playing as him. Let's go to the Venus. Gonna do infestation on Romula. Remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Comment, leave a like. Let me know if you like Warframe, who your favorite Warframe is, your favorite Tenno. Alright, so here we are. So first up, I'm going to be using the Rubico Prime. That's how it looks like when you zoom in, when you're looking through the scopes. The Prime Warframes are awesome. I don't have all of them, but I plan on getting all of them. It'll be a lot of fun. So if you guys can have fun farming for it, or if you have the money and don't want to farm them, just go and buy it in the PlayStation Store. That's a personal opinion. If you like farming, by all means go for it. So here we go, see? Does a lot of damage. Of course these enemies are weak, but even then, one shot, one kill. You don't even have to aim for the head to kill them in one shot. Hip fire. As you can see, really powerful. I just turned invisible right now with my Shade's ability. So that is the Rubico Prime. Extremely overpowerful. This guy's in my way. There we go. Alright, so next up, let's take a look at the Gram Prime. Here's the Gram Prime. Now let's see it in action. Also extremely powerful, just kills them in one hit. Slashes them into pieces. As you can see, it's slow to swing. Not by a lot, but damage makes up for that. Just tears all these enemies into pieces. No match. Obliterates these infested fuckers. I like the effects that it has too. That's a jump attack. Depending on where you swing it. So this one and the Maya are my favorite swords at the moment. And just annihilates all of them. Alright, so that's the Grand Prime. Let's see the first ability, Fire, Spectral Scream. See, him burns him up. How much it lasts is absolutely incredible too. I just deactivated myself, I didn't run out. You can jump and it stays on. You can slide and you'll still be breathing fire. Let's wait for more enemies so we can burn them up. That's the Spectral Scream. Let's burn this guy up. Does a lot of damage, especially on these types of enemies. Even that fire resistant, it still does pretty good amounts of damage. Cooks them up. The Dragonborn is here. Killing infested. Chroma Prime is the one that show the Greybeards the way of the boys. Alright, so that's Spectral Scream. Now let's up for the next ability. Here is the Vex Armor. Take less damage and your health increases the more you take damage. That's pretty much Vex Armor. Let's take a look at the Elemental Ward. This is the Elemental Ward. As you can see, they take damage. I'm not attacking him, just letting my Elemental Ward finish him off. I ran out of energy there. But as you can see, the Elemental Ward was damaging him. Sometimes it kills him fast depending on what type of enemy you're going up against. Some of them are more resistant to fire, of course. See? Burn them up without even using any of my weapons. Of course, you combine that. Energy. Alright, let's take. As soon as I grab more energy, it's going to be the effigy, it's called. Still one more enemy here. Where is he at? Ah, son of a bitch. That's the effigy. It also increases your allies' health and all that stuff. Let's stay for another battle. Look at the abilities again. The effigy. Chroma turns his pelt into a massive sentry that strains nearby allies and engulfs enemies in elemental attacks. Of course, there was only like one enemy there, so couldn't really see it that well. But here, I'll do it right now since there's a shit ton of enemies. It attacks some of them. And it gave a boost to my allies. Surrounded by enemies here. There's the effigy. Let me show you the new core, or the Rubico, my bad. Finish him off there. Is a new core, the one that I decided to use with Chroma Prime. That's what it does. Eats them from the inside, fire damage. Love using that weapon. Explodes them from the inside. So you're looking for a good primary, or a secondary I mean. Try the new core. Might not be everyone's cup of tea. but it's fine. Let's finish these guys off with the sword. Alright, I'm gonna end this video soon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Little review and gameplay. So yeah, I recommend Chroma Prime. And there's some people that don't like them. They said it's not worth getting, but you know, opinions. My opinion, he is worth having and getting. Especially if you like Prime Warframes, definitely get him. And remember, he's just not fire element. You're able to change into different elements depending on the color that you choose. See, there's his attack. Alright, well, this is it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.